Hi, welcome to the HR workshop briefing. By now, you must have completed most of the program, and it is time to start preparing for the HR workshop. The HR workshop is one of the important components of CPBFI. The workshop is aimed at providing a practical experience of the recruitment process right from selection of job advertisement to job interview. There are many important benefits of this workshop. Besides increased self-awareness, this workshop will help in understanding of the recruitment process, tips for searching jobs, preparing for interviews, and improvement in confidence level. Moving ahead, we need to understand the guidelines before the workshop. Now let us start with what you need to do before the workshop. Point number 1, very important, CV preparation. You should create your CV in the prescribed format. Carefully read and follow the instructions while preparing your CV. Point number 2, review of job advertisements or job descriptions. You will be provided with 9 to 10 sample job advertisements. Each ad will contain details about the company, roles and responsibilities, eligibility criteria, etc. Point number 3, selection of role to apply for. You should first ask yourself, will I be able to perform the job based on my skills and interests? Then select the job that you feel is ideal for you. Remember, never select a job that's based only on eligibility criteria. Performance in the concerned role is more important. Also remember, these are mock interviews and not real ones, so there is nothing to worry about. Last point number 4, writing an application letter. Once you have selected the right job, an application needs to be prepared by the candidate. Remember to mention the job code in the subject line. Most importantly, you need to follow a few guidelines about the format of the application. Now let's look into the preparation part, starting with your CV. The candidate should invest time in preparing a presentable and precise CV. The extracurricular activities, hobbies, and interests mentioned are topics on which the candidate should be able to talk in detail and connect these to the required skills for the job. Anything in the CV may be discussed, and you should be ready to discuss everything mentioned in your CV, including the meaning of your name. If there are any gaps in education, change in streams of education, or anything unusual, you should be ready to explain the reasons for the same if asked. Now let us move to the actual interview. A unique and relevant self-introduction is essential. You should invest time in preparing this in a conversational manner. The introduction should focus on your strengths and the skills required for the selected job. The introduction can be used to direct the discussion to the area of your strength and key skills. The introduction should include aspects which are not already mentioned in your CV. General guidelines. For a recruiter, positive attitude is most important, followed by knowledge and skills. Preferred location for work and expected salary are two important topics which get discussed during the interview. You are expected to clearly indicate your preferred locations and expected CTC. A discussion with your parents regarding these two subjects will be useful. Get to know more about the company and study its website and the investor presentation to understand its various products and services. Read the job description well to understand the duties and responsibilities. Let us look at the schedule of Standard HR Workshop. The workshop starts with registration and briefing. Then each one of you will appear for an interview. You will receive a personal feedback after the interview. After completion of the interviews, the HR team will share general feedback and guidance for job search. Few more things to keep in mind. You must carry 2 photocopies of your CV. You are expected to be formally dressed. avoid casual wear like t-shirts, jeans, and casual footwear. Suits and blazers are not required. Collect your assessment sheet from the interviewer. Use this as your report card when appearing for your real interview. Make a note of your feedback immediately after the interview. Now let's look at the post-interview session. The workshop ends with a question and answer session with the recruitment team. If you have any questions or doubts, this is the time to get them answered. Finally, keep in mind the interviewer is looking for reasons to hire you for the job. Bring in your best foot forward. Wishing you all the best.